today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. Here's Jones to bring it out of the end zone. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. Well, it's hard enough to play on the road in this league as it is. But to start on the road with a fumble on the opening kickoff, just not the precedent you obviously want to set.
Not at all, and now it's just words because they've talked about it all week. From the time they start game planning for this one, remember, going into hostile territory, we have to set the tone right in the beginning, and they do the exact opposite.
Right to the air is Jackson. Being chased out left. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Line of scrimmage, the 9. Second and about a yard. Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it, and sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
First down. Here's Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Getting in there for the tackle, Marcus Williams.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Burrow looking to pass. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 41-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And it helps him move the sticks. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Back to Mixon on first down. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9. Burrow got a man open. It's Chase. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 15-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he comes back with one complete. And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll give it to Mixon. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10. So now they can keep grinding out first downs, and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
2nd down and goal. Burrow. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. 3rd and goal. Burrow. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Tyus Bowser blowing that play up.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. And this one will be a 29-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more. They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
First carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Eluding the pressure right. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was that we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And room there to work it inside the 25. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Mixon. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Burrow going to get this into the hands of Mixon, his running back. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now it's Burrow. This is caught. Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are able to extend their lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Jackson. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 4. Throwing is Jackson. And that'll be incomplete.
He's not exactly had a banner start to this game. We're still in the first quarter. He's already thrown an interception, and that should have been the second one.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll try the draw here with Dobbins. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll go again with Dobbins. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. To throw is Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. Play action. It's Jackson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain. So when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He finds his man, complete. That's Flowers. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. Now it's Jackson. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Edwards. Touchdown, Baltimore. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was polished off by the Gus Edwards touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A handoff running left, Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2. The Bengals on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6, he got about 5. 4th down.
If this were baseball, we call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Now a throw here to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He said, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a 1st down.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Jackson, draw play to Dobbins.
And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Jackson dancing to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the 1st half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Burrow, he'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And this carry not as productive. He swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Here we go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
McPherson's kick is good.
And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And
oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Burrow will throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get into the ground at about the 23. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. McPherson's kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now is the punter, Jordan Stout. Jones on the return. 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. And the Bengal offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Smith catches left side. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll drop the throw. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And it's the Chiefs who have the lead in that one. Patrick Mahomes has thrown a touchdown pass there. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And it's the visiting LA Chargers who are out in front. Keenan Allen, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jackson now. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations. Quite the accomplishment. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Here's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Going for Bateman. He's got him on the out route. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent gain.
And Jackson throwing once more. Forced it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, and that'll be incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. Tucker's kick is good, and the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now they go screen. It's complete. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week 1 as your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is, this depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
2nd and 10 now, Burrow. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Adafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills.
But Partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball gets super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Now back to throw, and he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return, and the Ravens will take over.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Now Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. On 2nd down, here's the option.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Jackson. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return.
And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
The end result, 21 yards.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Boyd. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Burrow looking to pass. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there. So go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. Now Tucker to add the PAT. The rain making this treacherous, but the extra point is good, and with it, it'll give them the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. He'll drop to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He's got Smith here. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll take this one down to the 36. The rain compounding issues here for a possible field goal try. They'd love to obviously get closer or even pick up the 1st down if they can. It's 3rd down. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Mixon will try the right side. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 19. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another 1st.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know This is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. An inside give, Brown. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Bengals have taken a fourth-quarter lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth-quarter lead. So they're able to throw it in for the two-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here, because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them. But he identified an open target and put it right on him.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now a dump off here complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Bateman's got it on the crossing route here. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Now Jackson on first down. Quick slant complete to OBJ. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here comes Dobbins on the toss right. Oh, able to avoid him. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Hard throw, incomplete. So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. From just shy of midfield, Burrow. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The offense on third down, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. And Burrow going to throw again. Complete. Smith has it. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
Here we go. Ken.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. A critical error there in a tight game with the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. B.J. Hill in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Well, there was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Jackson steps away to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. On a huge mistake late. It's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. The 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the 2nd quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause of the action. A timeout here defensively. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now it's Burrow. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they take a knee. 2nd and 11 now. Inside handoff to Mixon. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like one time a week. The best teams I know, they practice starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Cincinnati, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew,